Hello guys, Twin and Bricks here, hope you're all keeping well. So today we are doing a comparison video between the brand new 2020 501st Battle Pack ATRT and the 2013 ATRT. Both of these sets, I believe, are at the same price when they came out at £25. Both of these sets have their own cool little features. However, we will jump straight into it and we will start comparing them both off right now. Okay guys, so starting off with the old but gold 2013 ATRT, this thing is really tall, like really tall. I didn't actually think it was that big until I had it stood next to the new ATRT. This was a really tall ATRT. I think that is why one thing that kind of bugs me a bit is the size of the feet on this thing. They are huge. I'd say they are 6 studs wide, which is quite a bit. One thing I think I wish they did better was kind of close up this gap in the middle section here. It just kind of is really big. However, the use of plates and angled grills and things I think really adds a lot of detail to the legs of this thing. However, it really affects its posability. And as I said in yesterday's review, it kind of made it a bit awkward to get this thing to look like it was walking. It is just quite a faff when I get this thing look like it's walking. Moving up, I just wish they probably covered up some of these little loose studs here and there, keeping it the same design as the new one. You have the little domes to cover certain points. One thing I found really quite pointless, which I didn't mention in yesterday's video, was this. This little thing here, it just swings around. It is really stiff, it does sit in place, however it kind of has nowhere to fix into. It just looks a bit silly if you ask me personally. Moving around the back, I really like this look here. It looked like we had like a storage compartment there, like a handle, maybe 2 ammo pouches or something there. However, they are just a fixed stud. There is no playability with that. It is just fixed there, which I think is kind of a shame. It did look quite cool. There's a cool little like 90-degree piece here. It goes along and then up. This was for a storage for your blaster, which I thought was really quite cool. I like how close it was to the minifig. If he was going to get shot down or something, he could quite easily jump and grab his blaster with it being right behind him. And the antennas, I think, look quite cool as well. Really quite a simple little put together for them there. Now, the fig, when he's seated, he is plenty of space in there for him. Everything doesn't look too crammed. It's a shame there's like kind of as much of a gap behind him as there is. However, I suppose for accessibility for a finger to get that blaster, I suppose it has to be like that. The dome on the front really does cover him right up. I can't really get the camera at a correct angle. I think he only just kind of peeps over there. You can only just see him over the top of that. However, he is pretty well covered from any incoming fire from there, which I think ruins this set a bit, as it is so big and clunky on the front. However, the use of angles really does make the set look quite cool, and if he was taking any rounds, makes him look quite well protected. This blaster cannon is absolutely awesome. I think it might be a little bit too long to the scale of this build. It probably could do with being a little bit shorter. However, the biggest downfall is it moves left to right, okay. It doesn't move up and down, which is a shame. And you can only really pose this thing to make it look like it's going to shoot if you lift it up. It will not go any further down. The more you push, it's just not going anywhere, which is a huge shame and huge downfall for this set. It definitely has been outclassed, I think, with the new one. But that is the overview of the 2013 one. So guys, the 2020 ATRT, it is a lot better. It doesn't seem as big and as clunky. However, I think there's a couple of details that make this look very open and not as very concealed, I think, as the old one. Same again, we'll start with the feet and then we will move up. So the feet, much better build. They are probably about just under 6 studs wide. However, they look a lot cooler, a lot nicer, and they're not as close together. They are nigh on touching in the 2013 one. They are now there's now a bit of space in between them. Due to there not being as much detail on these now, it means the legs move a lot more freely. You can really compress them right down, so it looks, you know, like it is sitting really low, which I think really helps this set out, as with it being so tall, it isn't very minifig accurate or mock accurate. However, it does help it when it can compress itself as low as it can. It doesn't look the best. I tend to stand mine up a fraction a bit more like that. However, that is it. Same use. There's a couple of stickers, one on this side, one on that side. You move up, there is the same little blue domes across it, and quite minimalistic detailing. However, it still looks really good. It's nice to see they removed the stupid little thing that swings around. However, they now put this in, and even that just swings around. It almost looks like it should have like a banner hanging off it like they do in Warhammer. However, I think it's kind of a cool little attachment. Kind of, it looks kind of useful. It looks like it's got a job, a purpose. I suppose, especially having those great pieces behind it. I really do like the back of this, especially if they're having the binoculars, the clip for your blaster, and the antennas. And it looks really cool. A bit more compact at the seat in place, and the use of a control panel, which I think is really cool. The blaster is really cool because it's on that mixel joint. However, it is a stud shooter. I really do not like stud shooters. I understand it's a child's toy. There's got to be a level of playability in there. However, I think, and I've said it before, the community wanted a 501st battle pack. I was really hoping for something that we could build an army out of without having to customize too heavily. However, that to me is just a bit pointless. It is so small. I think it would have been cooler to have kind of a miniature cannon off the front of it. I think that would have really helped this set out a bit. The front section of this build is nice, don't get me wrong. You can see the minifigure this time. Everything is a bit lower. However, I just don't think it offers the same amount of protection as the other one used to do. Although it is a lot smaller, it is still as cool. I feel as if the older set kind of had a much more of a nicer rounded feature to it. There didn't seem as many gaps up here or below. I thought as if that was really well captured. And I think the stickers on the front are a really good addition because they look battle damage. I love the battle damage that makes them look like it's been really well used. Now, one thing I have noticed, which is what I was about to show you there, is unfortunately, to me, you catch them at the wrong place. They spring off those little domes on the side here. But that is the initial overview of this ATRT. Now, for playability between these two sets, there isn't a great deal that can fall off. This set is pretty well built. It is really sturdy. You can hit it and things like that. It's not going to go anywhere when you shake it. No pieces fall off. These domes do not pop off as easily on this old one as they do in the new one. Everything is really well built and sturdy. With this one, with there being a bit more posability in the legs, I've noticed that sometimes you do tend to have breakages like that if you shake it around too hard, which is a shame. And as well as that, I've noticed that these little dome pieces, because you build them off with a plate and a stud, when you catch them, they do tend to pop off like that. Other than that, both sets are built really sturdily. There's nothing on the front going to come off. Both main compartment builds, especially where the fig sits, there's a lot of brickwork and things in there that really hold everything together. Everything is pretty sturdy. So overall, which do I like more? Without a shadow of a doubt, it has to go to the brand new one. It is a much greater improvement to the old one. There's a lot more cooler details in the new one compared to the old one. I love the binocular and gun attachment on the back. I think if you got yourself a custom ARF Phase 2 Trooper, I think that would look really cool, and we would set the look for this build. I think what really lets the 2021 down is the stupid stud shooter on the front. It should have been a blaster, I think. and I think maybe the front could have offered a bit more armor protection for the Fig if you think of it in Star Wars theory. However, a much cleaner and a lot more playability in this set. Um, when you shake it around and use it as a rough play toy, yes, things do fall off. However, overall, I'd probably rate this about a 7 or 8 out of 10. Comparing this to the old 2013 one, it's a shame that with it being so well built in the legs, there's no real posability in the legs. Um, I think one thing that lets it down is its cannon does not swing up and down. It was an ideal cannon, maybe a little bit too long. However, you can't move it up and down. The clips on the back, there was only enough to put a blaster in there. And I think the front is so well built and so well protected. It's a bit too bulky and too big. I think in comparison to in comparing that to the Fig, the feet are huge. There's just a lot of things on that which are unfortunately its downfall. However, it is great to see where the new one has come from and how much Lego have changed and developed. And yeah, at the end of the day, the 2013 set was the set you could get the 501st Trip, which is what everyone wanted. Yes, the 501st Fig is the new 501st Fig, sorry, is a lot better than the old one. However, it is still really cool to be comparing these two sets off against each other and see the development and the growth. But the clear winner in my eyes is the 2020 ATRT. It is a much better build and a much cooler look for the 501st. So guys, that is it for today's video. Please let me know if you enjoyed this video. I'm really enjoying doing the comparison videos in the minute. I've got a really fun one planned for tomorrow. If you guys haven't already, please like, comment, and please hit that subscribe button. Isolation uploads is not over yet. We've still got an entire week left of uploading. Every single day there will be a new video, whether it's a haul, whether it is a comparison, whether it's a new build. I'll make sure there is something on this channel, plus there will guaranteed be this start of my first mock, and I'm super stoked to get that underway. So guys, that is it for today's video. If you haven't already, please remember following on Instagram as well, Twitter_bricks_. That will keep you up to date with everything that's going on, and probably a little bit more than what I upload on YouTube. But yeah guys, that is it. So thank you, and I will see you guys for tomorrow's upload.